Hey, wrestling fans, this is Gary Michael Cappetta, and you're listening to Perched on the Top Rope.
The following announcement has been paid for by Perched on the Top Rope.
This part interests me. How did talks with Ring of Honor start with 2003? Because you did a lot of the part of the DVDs with like backstage interviews and things like that.
That was something I initiated.
Mm-hmm.
There was great buzz about Ring of Honor. It was based in Philadelphia, so it wasn't far from where I was. So I asked my friend Eric if he wanted to take a ride over and check out the product. And I bought ringside seats and went. I was blown away by what I saw. And I got in touch with Gabe Sapolsky, who was in charge. And I complimented him on, what I saw. And I, and I had said to him, and this was at, at a time where WWE was, entertainment, like getting away from the grittiness of wrestling. And it was at a time when ECW, I guess it was after ECW, but, they had been, doing the violent hardcore stuff. Neither of those things I was fond of.
Uh-huh.
So when I saw Ring of Honor, I was blown away. And I said to him, if there's anything I can do to help out your promotion, it could be on camera, it could be behind the scenes. It really doesn't matter. I'd like to contribute. And the only thing that I do not want to do is ring announce. But if there's any other way that I can help you to continue to succeed, whatever little contribution I could make, please let me know. And a few weeks later, he gave me a call and said, how about doing the backstage interviewing? And because they didn't have regular TV, they had, it was for their DVD collection.
At the time, was there anyone that specifically stuck out to you in Ring of Honor that you liked?
Bryan Danielson.
Okay.
But I mean, this roster, Samoa Joe, CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Nigel McGuinness, Jay Lethal, JW, was a good friend of mine. It was John Walters.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I'm forgetting a bunch of guys. Yeah, I mean, when you see where they went from Ring of Honor and how many of those guys became, international superstars. AJ Styles was part of that roster. The Hit Squad, I mean, it was wrestler after wrestler after wrestler. They were tremendous.
Yeah, and now that you a couple of those names you had brought up are going to be part of the inaugural class of the Ring of Honor Hall of Fame. CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, and Samoa Joe.
Yes,
they're joining the Briscoe brothers as the first class.
There was it always stuck in my brain just because I always thought it was kind of funny. After one of the shows, Bryan Danielson, I don't know, I guess he didn't have any place to go. He hadn't booked a hotel. One of the other guys, John Walters, was staying with me. So John came over to me and said, "Do you mind if I ask Bryan if he could stay at your place?" So I said, "Sure, not a problem." So they come back to my place, and I have this giant screen TV here, which at the time wasn't all that typical.
Uh-huh.
To have such a large setup. And I gave him a bunch of tapes. I think they were tapes. Could have been DVDs. No, I think they were tapes to watch. And he sits right here on the floor and he starts putting tapes in and he's watching. And I wanted to know if he wanted like something to drink. So he's sitting on the floor here and he's watching an old NWA. And I'm trying to get him to answer my question, like, you want something to drink? And he's like kind of ignoring me, and he's just zoomed in and focused on what he's watching until he just until he just like looked over at me and said, "Never interrupt an Arn Anderson match." And he was dead serious. And it's kind of fun now that both of them are working with AEW.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching that video. If you liked what you saw, make sure you hit the like button and make sure you hit subscribe so you can get all our content here at Perched on the Top Rope. And fans, remember, spoiler free's the way to be. I'm out.